Hi everyone, it's Jonathan here from Weave, and I've got the CTO Andreas Fast with me today. We've got some exciting news to share with you, and basically we've had our first audit back now, so we're going to be talking about what this audit is and why it's important. And we didn't want to just sort of put the PDF of the audit out there. We thought it's a good opportunity, part of our commitment to help sort of educate and train and things like that about, how blockchain works and some of the security flaws and things like that. We thought it'd be a really good opportunity to actually sort of dig deep really and just explain what this actual audit is all about and actually talk about some of the things that were raised on this audit. So I think if you're already quite technically minded, then feel free. You can just go and have a look at the audit report yourself. You can download the PDF. We'll be sharing links directly to the audit provider as well, so you can do all your own research and check up upon that yourself. Yeah, we just wanted to walk you through it. Now, for those of you that just want to cut to the chase, basically the audit was extremely good. I'll share with you in a moment the way that these ratings are done, but basically there were no security issues whatsoever, just a few very sort of minor, what would you call the minor tweaks or improvements, Andreas, that could be made, that obviously the dev team have actually worked on already. And so we'll talk you through each of those in due course, but I just wanted to start by saying that this is definitely good news for us, and we're really pleased with the results. So let's just explain, I think, first of all, Andreas, if you wouldn't mind telling us why is it important for crypto protocols to have these audits, particularly, obviously by third parties as well? Why are they important?
First of all, hello, everyone. So let me get started on the part why audits are actually a very crucial thing to the whole crypto space, for various reasons. First of all, code most likely is visible for everyone. So everyone with knowledge high enough can spot maybe issues, maybe even exploit issues. Because interaction on chain can't be limited through IP addresses and stuff like this. You can't just keep people out. So it's very important that your code is safe. And of course, I am very confident in our developer team, but it's always good to get this kind of validation. Yes, thank you. This kind of validation from an outer source, and from such a credible outer source also, and not just a random one, and basically saying, yes, your contract is safe, your user funds are safe, there are no possibilities of anything going wrong. No possibility from any of outside to hack the contract, to drain the funds, even us as a team to have some kind of control. As we always saying, we keep your funds safe. We as a team can't access your funds to be extra secure. And just to have this kind of extra validation to our words is the key point of this audit and audits in general.
Yeah, definitely. I think what we're trying to do with Weave is try and do the exact opposite of what a bad protocol will do. And we're not going to say any one specific, but like things that are red flags are, like, if a team's anonymous, for example, you've got to ask yourself, maybe why are they anonymous? So, us as the co-founders, we're always quite happy to explain who we are and things. That's because we're striving to do things the right way and as safely and securely as possible. But also, if they're not audited as well, again, there are ways that within smart contracts that can give ownership to whoever created that contract. Ours aren't created in that way. We don't own the contract once it's deployed. We don't have control over it, and so we can't do what's called a rug pull. We do have videos coming about rug pulls and things as well, by the way. If you're not familiar with that term, I know many of you will have heard of that, but some of you may not. And so it's just important to understand that we're trying to go the extra mile to just reassure everyone basically that everything is as secure as it can possibly be. So with that being said, let's have a look at who did this audit real quick as well, and why we chose them. If you want to just introduce them quickly, Andreas, what I'll do is I'll jump over to their website as well. I'll start sharing my screen and we can have a look at their homepage real quick.
Yes, definitely. So the audit has been done by ByteRocket, and our personal contact was Marvin, which is an amazing guy. We know them from their capabilities by auditing and working together with Float Capital, which is another amazing protocol. And for example, others like PrimeDAO and Augur are the ones which they worked with together, and they are just a really great auditor. Nothing more to add there.
Yeah, that's it. So they came by recommendation to us because, you know, this is something that's been important to us that we wanted to do. So we did ask some of our partners and we did some of our own research as well. And yeah, we just heard lots of good things. And certainly we've been extremely impressed with how ByteRocket have conducted this audit for us. So yeah, let's move straight over to the actual audit then. So where is it? Okay, so we'll share this link so that you can see it on their website, and there is also a PDF available, as I say, as well, so you can take your own time and read through this. We don't need to go through every single word of the audit. I think probably, Andreas, if you could pick up at the point of where they're saying what they've picked up, and then we can go through each one just very quickly to explain kind of what they are and what our thoughts were, and then what we've kind of done to improve in those areas, basically.
Definitely. So as we can see on the circle graph there, 8 issues has been found, 6 non-critical, which is the lowest possible level you can get. These are the smallest imaginable issues, and 2 of low severity. Exactly. This is the explanation, the more in detail explanation, which you can see is also just minor issues, not worth any security concerns or anything. So these kind of problematic issues, even though if they could be patched out, hasn't even been found in our contract. So even in the first state, basically there have been 2 iterations. The first one where the explained issues below have been found, and then the actual review again that they have been addressed properly and everything is working as intended now. And in both versions, and most importantly in the first one, no medium severity, no high severity issues has been found.
And they're the big ones, right? I mean, they're the ones that mean there's an actual security flaw. Even from a non-technical background, when I read this report, it felt like what they provided was more suggestions, really. It wasn't to say there's huge security flaws or anything like that. It was saying like, maybe you could improve here, maybe you could tweak this. You know, obviously, if there's any reds or oranges there, then they're things that, you know, are serious issues. So as soon as I saw we're coming in just at greys with a couple of the yellow low severities, then, you know, I think hopefully that's reassuring to everyone basically in the community, and it certainly was for us as well.
Definitely, yes. We can go over the findings a little bit more in detail to get an understanding. As you can see, everything is explained quite nicely, and the update on the issue and how we addressed it. So the first one has been that deposits could have been 0 depositing to our staking contract when interacting directly on chain. We have limited that functionality in our front end, so that hasn't been possible. But now we addressed it also in the code to be double safe for all our users who interact directly on chain, and just to be sure that even someone, if a 0 slips in, that no gas basically gets wasted. It's all about just a single transaction of gas might be getting wasted because there's 0 to deposit. The second one, re-entrancy on untrusted tokens. It doesn't need to get too technical what re-entrancy actually means, but the thing there has been, if a token gets, or if the Weave token gets swapped against the malicious token, there could have been potential problems in a constructed scenario. So because we never intend to do any bad stuff with our users, and the Weave token is our token, and I hope we have built enough trust so you can trust us also in the first place. But we also added some extra functionality to be 100% sure that even in the most constructed scenarios, nothing bad can happen there.
Yeah.
And these both are the highest severity, and you already get an understanding, like zero deposits wasting a little bit of gas. If a lot of things come together, there might have been a problem. These kind of issues are the highest one that have been found, which is already amazing.
It's very reassuring, isn't it? I mean, the thing is, from our point of view internally, like I know, Andreas, that your hobby almost is understanding like these flaws and vulnerabilities. So like, it's great. You know, I already felt confident that, you know, you would do things absolutely, you know, 100% watertight from a security point of view. But I think this is just great to see it from a third party, just that validation of saying that, yeah, you know, we just picked up on a few small, very minor things, basically. So I just think, you know, this is awesome, and credit to you and credit to the dev team as well.
Thank you very much. Yes, and thank you to our community and the team, the dev team, and all the team behind Weave. It's couldn't have been possible without the help of everyone.
Yeah, it's definitely a team effort, but this is certainly something, you know, with all the best will in the world, I can't help with this. Like, so this is why, like with the code and stuff, you know, we do have a reliance on the dev team, but we're so fortunate. We've got an amazing team. Andreas, obviously, at the head of the team, just relentless, working so hard to make sure that things are done to such a high standard. And, you know, again, if there's any doubt in anyone's mind about that, then this is definitely some proof and validation of that. So that was the what they called the low severity ones. So let's have a look at the non-critical ones next, then, Andreas.
Yes. So basically, you can scroll down a little bit.
There we are. NC1.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Unnecessary variables. Self-explanatory from the description already. Could have moved a few just naming conventions and variables around, saving from 1 to 2 gas. We are coming here to extremely low gas cost optimization. The code already has been greatly optimized. You can see that you can see it by the fact that we are getting to like down in 2 gas, 1 gas. If you think about on Binance Smart Chain, a transaction consumes around 210K gas, so 210,000, and we are talking about optimizing against 1 and 2 units of gas. So these are already high level optimizations here.
So it would take hundreds of thousands of transactions basically to kind of make it much of a problem.
Yes, and well, in the long run and on a lot of transactions, might even save a few cents on a really long run, but still having it optimized as good as possible is something, of course, we strive.
Yeah.
Second one, loops are not gas optimized, also self-explanatory. A few minor tweaks, again, to save 1 or 2 gas units per transaction is something which could have done. So the third one, missing requirement statement in 1 contract, is still from old contract logic, which hasn't been applicable to our new one, but still due to readability for our users, we want to keep it as consistent from the functionality. Didn't want to remove the things which wouldn't have been called anyway and skipped, so which aren't consumed, or where gas doesn't get consumed, where logic doesn't get executed. And we added basically a dead requirement back in to make it better, or to achieve the better readability. Then the misleading name of function withdraw deposits, which basically means that the name could have been chosen differently. It withdraws deposits based on an ID and an amount. We're getting to the part where it's about naming conventions of function. So you already know if it's picking this kind of stuff, we are good to go.
This is serious nitpicking here, saying that they didn't quite like the name of the function. So literally, it's just the label of it, wasn't it? Nothing to do with the code or its function. It's literally they just didn't like the word, the word that was used to describe the function. So
exactly. storing block timestamp is more expensive. We again at minor gas optimizations and things there in the code, and an unnecessary if statement, which basically well, is not a design pattern, but some kind of code flaw, which actually can be skipped. Also makes the code just a little bit more readable. It doesn't get executed anyway because it isn't met. So this is the last one. And this concludes the audit and the issues found, which, yeah, again, were really minor. You can read in the summary yourself that the auditors are also happy with our code, and nothing big to complain, nothing big to talk about, actually.
Yeah, perfect. So it's worth noting, I'm not sure whether I mentioned specifically at the beginning, but this was for our staking and liquidity pools for the Weave token itself. So this is only for the pools which currently, are active and that people can submit their funds into. One thing to note is that when we launch the strategy builder, there will be new contracts being deployed at that time. And so it's very important to us to also get those audited. So an audit will be coming. Absolutely, it will be coming on those contracts as well, just so you've got, again, peace of mind. Obviously, it's the same team that are building those contracts that have done these contracts. So we're very optimistic about how that will look. But, again, it's just good to have that third party validation. So I do think, Andreas, correct me if I'm wrong, I think we'll probably use ByteRocket again for this next audit as well of the smart contracts. They've been really easy to work with. They're obviously, they're very thorough. They've gone through every single line of coding in great detail. So I don't see any reason not to use them, Andreas.
Same for me.
Yeah, perfect. So that's pretty much it for the audit. Have you got anything else to add, Andreas, before we just move on quickly to just a general dev update?
The only thing to add is basically that we get the validation from the audit that we are doing things the right way. And even if it sometimes feel that might take a bit too long, you can be assured that the outcome is a really solid one, and it's worth the time we are investing and the team we are investing to deliver something really solid in the end, and not half as things. Am I too loud to say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
You said it now. Yeah. So 100%, like, we're trying to do things as well and as thoroughly as possible. And sometimes that does cause delays. We are mindful that we're a little bit behind on our anticipated launch date, but we're just trying to do things well, not particularly do them as fast as we possibly can. We're trying to do them well and deliver something absolutely amazing. And as well for us, I know many of you have got the same mindset as well. This is not just like a 3-week journey, a 6-week journey. This is a several years journey for us. We're right at the very, very beginning of, we've got a roadmap that's going to extend for years and years, and we want to, start the way we mean to go on and do things really, really, really well. So I know, we've not actually had hardly any feedback, any negativity or anything. I think people understand, the challenges and things like that, and are aware just how hard everyone's working on the project. But I do appreciate if people get frustrated by delays and things. It can be frustrating, and it happens across lots of different projects, ones that I'm monitoring and stuff as well. Everyone wants everything to happen right away, but it's just not always the reality. But anyway, with that being said, let's have a quick chat about where we're at, because the beta test is going absolutely amazing on the strategy builder. So having said all about delays, I think we're in a really, really good place, aren't we, for actually like the next steps now. So yes. I posted an update. You posted it actually, the dev update, didn't you, the other day? And it was 17,000 strategies have been created by our army of
exactly.
Beta testers,
which has been super helpful. And I know, coming from being an end user and a developer myself, that the back end testing, or where we user tests against the back end, might not be the most exciting ones, but for us, testing our strategy builder is really, really important to have a solid core. What runs in the background is the heart of the pro and passive side. So making sure that these things are 100% secure, safe, and working as intended is our highest priority. And thinking about launch dates, I don't see any problems coming to our communicated end of March with the pro and the passive side of being launched. In the meantime, we are already developing, I know that I already teased it a little bit, an improved version of our UI and our staking overviews, the academy overview, and all the rest of the platform, not only the passive and the pro, but basically everything what we promised, and give you also the educational content in one place. So this is also something which you can anticipate in the next few weeks.
Awesome. Yeah. So I thought whilst you were just explaining that, I thought I'd just put this up as well, just to show, I guess, the breadth and the ambition of what we're trying to do, because you can see here, you know, I guess we're calling this like a competitor comparison chart, but you can see that really there's no one that will even come close to having the kind of scope and functionality that we will have. So we've got a huge amount to do, but we're really close now. And yeah, so we're going to be looking to push the beta test. The closed beta is still open again. Well, we've reopened it basically. If anyone would like to join that and have a play around, it's all being done on testnet for now, which means that you can play around without any concerns of losses or anything. You're basically using, well, what would you describe them as? They're not real tokens, right? So,
well, it's basically a fork of the mainnet. So the funds you had on the mainnet at that point of time where we forked it will be in your wallet, but you can basically burn them, because as soon as you switch to the mainnet again, your funds will be back there as they have never moved, because at that point the chain got split up and our fork chain doesn't keep track of mainnet data.
So yeah, so if anyone wants to participate, you're welcome to do that. But we're going to look to do the open beta any day now, I think, basically, Andreas, aren't we? So look out for news on that. Anyone that wants to maybe just wait for the open beta, we'll make an announcement on that in the coming days. I think that's pretty much it. So everything going extremely well. Thanks again, Andreas, for all your extremely hard efforts, and to all the efforts of the dev team as well. Anyone that's got questions or comments or anything like that, our community is always open. We've got one of the best communities in crypto. Please come into Discord or into Telegram, come and speak to us. You know, we're always there. Andreas, I'm sure, will be hanging out, just keeping an eye on some of the questions and things that come in as well. So, you know, just feel free. You know, we're real people and we are around. So so come and have a chat to us if you do have any questions or anything about the project and where we're at. But that's it, I think, for this video. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.
Thank you very much, all.